Says the Garden Island D&D, the strike is going to go on until the government and the courts agree.
The recommendation is as follows. This mass meeting congratulates the painters and dockers and others directly involved.
As a metal worker, what are your impressions now that the strike is over?
I think that
Decision. There's been a lot of comments both yesterday at the meeting and this morning about Justice Staples. Have you anything you'd like to add on that?
Well, you know, Staples is an abject hypocrite in our view. He sits in a privileged position getting $38,000 a year and has got the temerity to call out idlers and blokes.
And the government keeps nagging, but we're the ones.
Musgrave Park has traditionally been a place where black people congregate. Our priorities were statements on the street, political statements that would promote awareness and discussion about the land rights struggle, a struggle we've been waging for 200 years.
You see the colours of the flag? That red, that black, that yellow. The black stands for the people and the colour of our skin. And the red is for our land and the blood that has been shed in our struggle and is still being shed. And that yellow is for the life-giving force, the sun, that unites the people and
we now, after being invaded, after being subjected to the sort of massacres and brutality that continues in Australia today, we now say we want justice.
The dam site just around the corner. All beyond that will be flooded forever.
I do apologise, I am a POM who is down here poking his nose in. And I hope by me getting arrested on Monday, that will bring just a little bit of attention across the world to what you're doing.
I swear the Franklin is the face of things is gone.
I'd like to call on Terry Gordon to unfurl the banner. Terry?
Well, Leslie, how do you feel about the celebration today?
I'm highly elated with it. I think it was an extraordinary success.
Does this tie in with the painters and dockers relationship with Balmain?
Oh, well, we're trying. Balmain and the painters and dockers are all in one, like.
And 100 years of struggle by the working class people of Australia. Very good.
The steelworkers also are facing the sack. Join together our forces. Put BHP on the rack. So workers of Wollongong, we must all unite. Back up 31 miners for showing some fight. Go, Beauty! Way to go, mate! Way to go! We want jobs! We want jobs! We want jobs! We want jobs! What do you want jobs? What do you want jobs?
The Building Workers Industrial Union has a long association with the ideals that Paul Robeson stood for during his lifetime.
I've been a fan of Paul Robeson's for many, many years. In fact, I was lucky enough to be one of those people who saw him on his last international tour, which was to Australia in 1960.
I dreamed I saw Joe here last night, alive as you and me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, says he. I never died, says he.
The issues that we deal with in our life and in our community are some of the same issues that you deal with here. The lack of opportunities, the situation with police brutality, the situation with young kids, particularly young black kids in the United States. Same thing you deal with.
We're going through the same thing ourselves. We lost a son in 1981.
Yeah.
You know, we suffered all the way through, right up until now. you know, and that pain will never go away, you know, even when we get justice for our son, you know.
Yeah. The first thing they told me at the hotel when I said, well, I want to go to the Aboriginal community, they kind of looked at me real strange. Well, you don't want to go down there, because then I said, well, here, that's exactly where I want to go. The place where you say I don't want to go, that's exactly where I want to go.
This one up here that's your polyvisco, that's Tetron.
And everybody thought, this is a bit strange, they're giving us an extra week's holiday.
The alarm bell started to ring a little bit.
I did know on the Thursday night before we come out here on the Friday that was the case, that National Textiles was gone, and so was everybody's job.
Nobody had any money. It was straight after the Christmas holidays.
We don't want a partial vindication, we want a full vindication. We've done nothing wrong.
Now I long for the morning that they realise brutality and unjust cannot defeat us, but who'll defend the workers who cannot organise when the bosses send their lackeys out to cheat us?
The first problem we had to contend with in that dispute was the fact that various courts around the country ruled us ineligible to be there as leaders. To have the privilege of being present and asked to be the first to walk through the gate is a moment that I'll never ever forget. That was the very first time that I accepted that they could do no more to us, and perhaps never again in our lifetime would a government and an employer think that they could destroy a union by the use of mercenaries and dogs and chains and balaclavas to remove a legitimate workforce in this country.
The first thing that 200 odd people who live in this Erskineville welfare estate heard of the proposal to bulldoze it and build multi-high-rise or mixed economy places was about a month ago. So some of us got out a little leaflet called The Revolt of the Mushrooms, in which we presented an alternative position.
Under concrete and glass, Sydney's disappearance fast. It's all good for profit and for plunder. Though we really want to stay, they keep driving us away. Now across the west.
And as you know, they won.
It was a great honour to achieve this award. It was a short, sharp campaign, and it's our right as Australian citizens to get out there and fight things. And if you do fight, you will win.
It's official. The federal government's own report shows that their new AWA individual contracts are cutting the pay and conditions of Australian workers.
Overtime, cut. Penalty rates.
It's not a campaign to get the ALP elected. It's a campaign to get rid of Howard and to raise the consciousness of the working men and women in this country of how they're being shafted by this rotten government and what they're doing to them.
Now everybody sits and moans as the ordinary lose their homes, and no one understands how this could be. Why take from the rich when you could steal from the poor? They'll never know what it was like to have more.
The community here at the Rocks are great. All the people. We love each other. We want to stay here. Don't want to go anywhere.
Both Labor and Liberal have failed public housing for years, and it's wrong that there's now talk about those people having to move out.
We have around here upwards 80 properties, some with 4 units in it. So basically, why aren't they being utilised for the people that are homeless and the people that are on the waiting list? It's disgraceful. The way to running public housing in this state shouldn't be allowed. It's immoral.
Morning guys, how are we?
Lovely day, isn't it?
I'm here because I'm really opposed to the WestConnex project. I'm here because this is a house that's going to be demolished.
The parents from the Haberfield Public School have come out today to call on the government to say no to using these 2 sites so close to the school for WestConnex construction.
WestConnex, there's a city in my mind. Come along and take that ride, and it's alright. WestConnex, and they tell you what to do, and they make a fool of you, and it's alright. WestConnex.